Good morning, cyber traders, and happy Tuesday. Everyone's excited as much as I am about the NBTS. I'm glad everyone got here a little bit early this morning, as usual. 7:30, 8:25, not bad for $1 a day. That keeps the spouse away, but nice little move. A lot of good moving stocks today. Not as much yesterday as we saw. There were a couple of good stocks. We're going to talk a little bit about them. Some of the inexpensive stocks, but the big ones we're going to talk about is some of the brand name stocks. Now, we had some really, really good runs. We did the morning meeting. Me and Josh were talking away and waited. Monday comes in a little bit slower as usual, but there were a lot of good stocks that made big moves. I want to start off talking about Palantir. Okay, so Palantir, a lot of stocks did a big slingshot yesterday. You could see it right at the gate at 9:30. It was at 127, came all the way down to 125, and then shot up from 125 all the way up to about 132. And you know that you don't have to trade Palantir. You can always trade the ETF. PLTU, same thing right there. You could have got in around 53, shot up to about 59. Nice little move. These stocks right here, long term, you could see how they all took big hits. Shot up to 60, down to 50. It was a lot of big support levels. We were talking about it yesterday. And, and you can see what ended up happening. Another big runner-up, too. Same thing happened with Tesla. Tesla built a lot of support levels right around here, around the 290-ish. You know that we traded TSLL a lot cheaper. You could have bought it right around 950. The stock ran as high as 11. It's already at 12. Great big mover on that one, too. Took a big hit. We all know about the tick for tat bros with Musk and Trump going at it. But the big news is, why is it obviously making a little bit of a comeback? I told you about this last week. If you've been watching some of the videos, I got out of it when it started taking, once that whole tit for tat is. I didn't jump back in yet, but I know why it is going up, and I was planning on going up. If this whole tit for tat didn't happen, this probably would have been up, probably in the $20 range. But you know that they're having the autonomous driving going on right now. They got the approval from the White House to now you could drive a Tesla, with Tesla taxi is going to be out there. And a lot of people are really excited about it. They're really, really excited about it. And, so we'll see how that all works out. And the stock is obviously doing pretty well. So that's really the big news on it too. And then obviously another big one I want to bring up is the NVIDIA. We've been watching that over and over and over again. The problem with NVIDIA, and I keep telling you this all the time, you got to get past the 145, 150. He is still out there, that big buyer out there. You could see it right here. Look at it. He's still out there. That's 260,000 shares in pre-market. When the market opens up, it's over 100. It's over about 2 million. Okay. Now, one of my videos on Instagram, okay, got over 1 million views, okay, in about a couple of days. That was, if you look at when I posted that video, it was like, I don't know, 5-6 months ago. It's still at the same resistance levels. It doesn't want to break it, okay? Now, for everyone here that's new, we have some new trials in here. Welcome to the floor. We have people watching on social media. Some of you will listen for the first time or here every morning. It's all about following the money, okay? I know everyone likes to talk about indicators. I know I think they're the analysts, this and that. I don't pretend to think I know more than Wall Street does. I worked on Wall Street, okay? What I've learned on Wall Street is you could have, I'll give you an example, okay? Let me do a metaphor. Anybody heard of the tulips? Yeah, the big crisis with tulips. Remember, tulips went up to about $102 a tulip. We know what a tulip cost, okay? We all ever heard about the Beanie Babies, okay? We know what a Beanie Baby costs, okay? We know what baseball cards cost. You tell me a little piece of card's worth that much money. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing with a stock, okay? That it's all about supply and demand. And it's like buying a house. It's like buying a car. It's like, why a car is going over list. That's not what they said the car's worth. Why is it going 10, 20,000 over list? Because it's about the supply and demand. Stocks are the same thing. You have to follow the money. Now, remember, we do events here all day long. We follow it. I know a lot of you here have been trying to figure this market out. Once you understand that part of the business, then everything else will make a lot more sense. Now, let's talk about what's moving. A couple of the stocks also before we go to the watch list that moved yesterday, that moved pretty well. I want to touch upon. There were quite a few of them. was one of them. That is going back on the watch list. Okay, so here's a little bit of a small cap stock. It was trading right around 16 cents. I don't know what happened here, but then yesterday it went from 50 to $2 up to $3. I would probably stay away from this stock now. We had fun with it yesterday, but when a stock goes up that much, look, 400-500%, I like to back off on it. Listen, there are a lot more stocks out there. We see them every day. Okay, so that one. What else we had? We had the OMH, and all these stocks came a little bit after, but this thing just flew yesterday. Dollar stock shot up all the way to $3. Another great mover yesterday. Like I said, when we trade the morning, we didn't get this much action because a typical Monday, especially over the summertime, that one did pretty well. KNW. I'm just going over some of the stocks that you guys missed yesterday. Another gap up, and she's starting to trend down. That was a good one on Friday. NVTS. I like this stock. I'm putting it back on the watch list again. NVTS has not only been a very good day trade, it's been a very good swing trade. This stock just a couple of days ago was in the $5 range, already at the $9 range. She's pushing up again. I do have it on level 4. And when I looked at level 4, you could see right here. Let's go check the right of the chart. There was a big order that showed up here around 9 o'clock this morning. That price right there was about 114,000 shares. That is not a misprint. That is correct. And you could see he pulled his order, actually got executed. Big seller came up here. Stock's trading a lot of volume. So we're getting a lot of ladders in this stock, but it is a very nice little stock. It's going back in the watch list. Just a few more I want to hit up a little bit. ASTS has just been a killer of a stock. $25 stock. You can see the bottom right-hand corner. Stock break of 52-week highs. Did really well yesterday. Just an unstoppable mover. She gapped down a lot. She's got a lot of resistance levels. She's hovering around 36. If we get consolidation, we're going to be good with it. So I'm going to put ASTS back on the watch list. Remember, one other big issue about ASTS, it is a category 4, okay? Maybe even a 5. Got to be really, really careful that half of the people fail in trading is they trade stocks that are not tradable, and that's something we got to be careful of, okay? We already talked about Tesla, IBIT, okay? If anybody here trades Bitcoin, Bitcoin's been doing great, so you don't have to trade the stock Bitcoin. We trade an ETF. We're almost at close to 110,000 shares on Bitcoin. There's a big right now in Bitcoin. You got 52 Bitcoins out there at 110. Still looks pretty. Doesn't sound like a lot to me from what we used to see. We saw that in the thousands. That is obviously been really good. Bitcoin's been doing pretty well. What else we got? So we trade the IBIT. What else we had that did pretty well? Oh, Palantir we already spoke about. One last stock I want to touch upon. CRWV. Okay, that one was also. Just an unbelievable IPO. I mean, that thing has just been doing great. Quadwave, it just has not backed off. It's starting to look like it's building a little bit of Fausto flag here, but this is probably one of the best performing IPOs that I've seen in a long, long time. We've seen these things go up and then tank, but they obviously hold pretty strong. And one last stock I've got to mention, Archer did pretty well too. That was a great little slingshot on the way down, and that stock went up. If everyone got the video or the email, Rich did do, Josh made a video on the executive order that President Trump wrote on the, aviation stocks and all the, the taxis and all the drone stocks. Make sure you get to watch that video. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. And also make sure you check out the Traders Talk video that he did do also. Remember, we are always giving you content because being a good trader, you have to learn how to play the game. A couple of you are sitting there shooting out some stocks really quick. Michael says the RKLB from yesterday. Yeah, that was also pretty good. It's so hard to kind of keep them on the watch list, Michael. But yeah, that was also another really nice one. $28 to $32. Remember, you don't always got to always trade the fabulous sevens, the Apples, the Microsofts. There's so many stocks out there to trade. All right, a couple other stocks we're going to hit upon. Let's go through the big percentage gainers and losers. We got this stock WINT that's moving up pretty nicely this morning. It's got a good. It just remember, I like to trade stocks over $1. I don't have the level 4 on it, but I'm gonna have to bring it up. Give me a second. Let me see what we got out there on the right of the chart. So we got a couple iceberg orders hovering here right around $110, $120. You could see them right there for 32,000. Not too many buyers, so it looks like we got a little kryptonite at that price. We're going to keep an eye on that. We'll put this on the list, though. WINT. Love the price. Very inexpensive. I think everybody can afford to trade it. EVGN took a big spike up, but it came back down again. Probably put this on the B list. Remember, we always have an A list and we have a B list. And sometimes we have a C list, okay? Depending on how big the list is. Same thing. This one had a good run up this morning, $1.50 up to $4. Now she's back down. I don't like that when it takes off that much big of a run and comes down that big much. But you never know. We got the volatility on there. That will make the stock obviously become very volatile. Another one gapped up really big yesterday due to earnings and came back down. Oh, and by the way, we did post the earnings list. If you guys did not get it, here's the earning list for today. Chewy's got the earnings. So we got that one. GameStop after the close today. I own that stock. I want to keep an eye on that. Hope, Kitty comes out, a little friend out there, and talks about it. Let's see how that works out because that's been doing pretty well. Adobe, we don't really trade that. So not really a lot of stocks, not a big earnings week, but there are some stocks we do want to pay attention to. So I'm going to put GameStop on that list too. GME. All right, we're going to keep an eye on GameStop. All right, what else we got going on over here? This stock KLTO is moving up pretty good. Nice little stock, nice trend, gapped up from yesterday. We're going to put that back on the watch list. KLTO. I already got level 4 here on it. And there is a pretty big iceberg order hovering right around $3 for about 100,000. Okay, everybody see that little red line right there? So we got a little kryptonite. You can see that's why you didn't want to break after 5 a.m. this morning. So we got that one. Look, we're at 28%. I mean, there are a lot of stocks in this morning. A lot of it. This one, too expensive. Ugly spread on this one. Big run up yesterday. Pretty volatile. I remember we trade that stock not too crazy. SBET's on the move again. Oh my God. Remember SBET, everybody? That stock ran from what? $2 up to 120. Yeah, that does happen here. Plug is going back on the list. PLUG. Plug has been doing great on the swing trade and on the day trade. It's just very, very slow. Okay. Great level 1 stock for all you beginners out there. New York stock, NASDAQ losers, nothing there. I saw anything pop up there. All these stocks are in the losers because they were gapped up so big. And New York, I didn't really see that much out there. You got these ETFs out here, ETHU. You got this is all the ETFs out there. It's the same company out there. My God, how many ETFs are on that damn stock? My God, so many of them. Losers, nothing really there. All right, and we're gonna we'll put TSLA and TSLL on the watch list too. We'll keep an eye on that because we love trading that stock, right? All right, traders, anything I'm missing I did not call out? Anybody on social media? Anybody here? Listen, don't forget, we got Price Headley coming on today on our podcast. Really looking forward to having him on. He's going to be great. It's going to be at 11 o'clock. Remember, we're going to be on live here this morning in the trading room from 9:30 to 10:30. If you're watching on social media and if you do want to join us, just take your phone, scan this QR code really quick right here, and you can get into that room. And we're here all day long. And then at 11, we got the podcast. We will be broadcasting live. Really looking forward to have Price Headley, another very good guru. Been around for over 20, 30 years in the trading industry. Known him all my life in trading. Looking forward to having him the first time on our podcast. So we'll have that listed too. And don't forget, you guys, to watch those videos that we posted yesterday from Josh. All right, guys. Good luck. Don't go anywhere. Everyone else that's watching on social media, hopefully you click on that QR code and we'll see you in the trading room. And we'll see. And but if not, we'll see you back here at 11. Everyone else, like we always say, trade safe. All right, everyone. Don't get too cocky. And new cyber group members, hopefully you're enjoying yourself. Hopefully you talk to your education advisor. Hopefully you're watching those videos that we gave you. And hopefully you'll be having fun. Good luck, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.